Africans, believe me, there's only one way that we can get our economy right. If we can have a very user-friendly economic policy, I can guarantee you we will be the hero around the globe, because right now we depend on China, US, EU. Those are the superpower. We depend on them. You can hear now Africa is shaking when Trump say, I am increasing the duty fees. They are freezing. They are running up and down because why? They don't have friendly economic structures in place. You know, let's look at two aspects. Agriculture, beneficiation. Those are the main areas that needs to be looked at. Technology, digital economy, energy are other areas that needs to be looked at. Very frankly, the way the governments are being run at the moment is all about who is the winner, who gains the upper hand. Everybody wants to be in power, but they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the wisdom. You know, youth development, women empowerment. And when I say women empowerment, I'm not referring to ministers, CEOs, you know, all these women that are occupying high positions. I'm talking about disadvantaged females. Particularly when I always say unmatriculated females, because those are highly unprivileged citizens around the globe. When you look at the social economic hierarchy, we've got 90% that it's living within the poverty line, under the poverty line, and above the poverty line, but not that much well performing. The 10% consist of the elite, and those elites were turned into elites. They live an affluent life because of the support that they get from the government. And that support is not a fair support, it's through tenders. And those tenders is actually not tenders as such, but money, looting and laundering, because the money is just circulating. Now, fast forward. Department of Trade, Industry and Competition is the one that's supposed to drive this, is the driver of the economic uplift. This department must acknowledge social enterprises as legitimate economic actors, and it has to open access to finance, procurement opportunities, and support the services so that the economy can grow. Otherwise, we get in nowhere. And the other aspect that I see as very pivotal is that the people or entrepreneurs must have access to capital beyond rhetorics, because what we hear now is just rhetorics, electioneering rhetorics. They must have access, impact investing, blended finance, and grant-based support, which will work for the community and the country. And there must be innovative ventures, which will solve the social problems. That is one of the area that can also assist. And funding must support not just startup phases like it's happening right now, but also the growth of enterprises, allowing them to scale and hire more people, so that there must be economic expansion and job opportunities. Private capital, that is essential as well at the current point, since the development funding from the US has been revoked. Donald Trump said, no, no more, no more. And the other area that I think is very important is skill development, and it's very essential from school curricula, because school is only concentrating on getting people that have to go and do teaching, do medicine, go and do accounting, go, all these common courses, careers. And vocational training is also important to integrate in the university curriculum, so that the young people can be tooled or be equipped with the skills of creation, so that they must be creators of the solutions. That could help a lot. And they must be highly indulgent in technology. That one I can guarantee you. We can end up competing with countries like China, Singapore, US, and when coming to military, like Iran, North Korea, Russia, because we have to be military equipped as well. So our government, it's just polluted and concentrated with people with very little knowledge. They don't know much about what is happening. This is just something like cadre deployment, cadres that people don't know anything about the economics. They don't know anything about politics. Their politics is just around their country and the party, and that is not politics. You must be versatile. We have to have our country, which is concentrating or very focused on globalization, diversification, industrialization, and technological development. Then we will see. We won't have this. I mean, we are depending more on grant, and the money that is being used to pay grants is the money that could be used for economic, technological development, technical development, skilling the people. It's just a disaster what is happening here. But check what I'm saying. Check if you're not going to embark on what I'm saying or concentrate on what I've said just now. Our country is going to be drained right into Indian Ocean. I can guarantee. Watch out. Thank you for listening.